Welcome to Meta TV and episode 10 of Player Spotlight with myself, Irish Marky, who this year are proudly sponsored by John Lavelle. Joining me tonight, we've got the Goalies Union. First of all, we've got Joe Wilton, whose home jersey is sponsored by Marion Smallwood and his away jersey is sponsored by Mags Lamb. Joe's stats so far since he's came to Meta, he's played 9 games, he's kept 2 clean sheets, and also you've got 1 assist. And that's according to Statman Chris, who's kindly sponsored by Irvine Memorials. Joining us as well, we've got John Lynn, whose home jersey is sponsored by Brian Lamb and his away jersey is sponsored by Davy Gibson. John's stats while he was at Yoker on loan are 18 games played, of which he kept 4 clean sheets. He had no assists and he also had 3 man of the matches while at Yoker on loan as well. Also joining us, we've got Alan Kerr, who's proudly sponsored by Logs Golf Club Pro Shop. And Alan, all the goalkeepers you've had under you this year, you've had Joe Wilton, John, obviously you're here now at the moment with us. You've also had Lyle Kerr, who's been between the 20s and the first team. We've had Logan Brody from Logs Colt come in and join us at training. And we've also had little stints with Davy Stitt and also Joe Ferguson from the 20s and Irvine Meadow Youth. Players who've moved on during the season, Jamie Barkley, who played 66 times for the club, keeping 12 clean sheets, and also Spider, Scott McClellan. He's actually got the best record for a Meta goalkeeper for a long time. He's played 45 minutes and kept 1 clean sheet. So they're all according to the stats man Chris. So the Keepers Union as a whole for the season to date, we've played 32 games, that's 22 in the league, 9 in the cups, and also the Miriamus Derby. Collectively, we've kept 6 clean sheets, 5 in the league and a clean sheet in the Miriamus Derby as well. And as I said already, Wilton's already got 1 goal assist. So firstly, Alan, if we start off with yourself, what are your thoughts on the season to date?
Fantastic, Marky, to be fair. Really impressed. From day one, arriving at Inverclyde for a double session, right through to currently. I think it's been a fantastic department this year. Standards have been tremendous from everybody that's came in. Everybody's really bought into the standards that we've been setting on and off the park, to be fair. So to summarise, very impressed, very happy with where we are.
Joe, you came in kind of midway through the season, so first of all, why Irvine Meadow? What made you want to come here?
Well, when the gaffer reached out and spoke to me, the first thing that stood out was obviously your league position, being top of the league, and I really thought that was a great opportunity to win a bit of silverware, win a trophy. Still doing well in the cups at the time as well. So he spoke to me about coming in, and just at first it was all about just working hard, earning your place.
Yeah.
There was no chat about guaranteed game time or anything like that. It was just about coming in and work hard under Kerzo, who had worked under before at Kilburnley. So it was a good challenge and a good opportunity, so that's why I took it.
You just came back from a long-term injury as well.
Yeah, so last April when I was playing for Largs in the West Cup final, done my hamstring, and got the scan the following week, and it came back saying it was a grade 3 tear. So significant period of time out. It was saying 4 months to get back playing, so I knew with that I was going to miss most of pre-season and a good chunk of August as well. So yeah. I took some time out. I was changing jobs as well, so I had a lot of things off the pitch to get sorted. Started kind of training again with Largs in October, and then that it fell in nicely, the timing for Irvine Meadow reaching out and getting back into it full time.
So, John, you've had a bit of a mixed season. Obviously, you were here for pre-season, and the decision was made for you to go out on loan where you went to Yoker. I've already called out your stats; they're quite impressive. Then midway through the season, you had the incident at work with the car crash, which you lost a chunk of the season through injury, and then obviously in recent weeks you've been called back from loan. How's your season been what's been your own opinion of
it? Very up and down, to be fair. I think it's probably been quite a good season for me, getting games at this level. Obviously really enjoyed my time at Yoker. I kind of got out of it what I needed to. Met really good people in football, and I enjoyed my time there. So, and it's good to be back here as well with the standards and stuff in place. So,
Indeed. Even during your loan period, you were still coming in here and training with the guys once a week. So did that help you to stay within the Irvine Meadow guys as well as being involved at Yoker?
Aye, definitely. Obviously coming in the Tuesdays and sometimes the Thursdays kept me in the loop with the standards and stuff required here. So being able to bring those standards back to Yoker helped as well. But aye.
So you mentioned you've worked under Alan before.
Yeah.
Obviously I know John has as well. So would you say John has improved from the first John, the whippersnapper that you met many moons ago at Killarney, where he's worked you worked together before?
Definitely, I think so, and I think what's been good for me is to see that it's not just on the goalkeeping side he's got better, he's maintained his attitude, which was there right from the start, which was to work hard and work to a high level and work to his absolute maximum every training session, and I think that that's still there. So when I came back in January, that's the first thing I noticed, that it was still the case. So I think that'll stand him in good stead going forward for the rest of his career, as long as he keeps that up.
So as I said, the three of you all worked together at Killarney before, and obviously gone off different places, but how would you compare the overall picture here at Everton Medal now under Jamie McKim's reign? How would you compare what we do here now compared to other clubs you've maybe been involved with in the past? I know you've worked with Alan in the past, but just has it gone up, gone down? What's the standard here like compared to the places you've been?
Well, I think the attention to detail here is really good in terms of the post and pre-match analysis that we do, and the training's always with a purpose towards that Saturday and what we've spoke about. So I've really liked that attention to detail, and that's maybe something that, especially since the time at Killarney maybe 6-7 years ago, it's been a step up. But coming from Largs, it's pretty like for like in terms of standard and kind of that top league demand. So it's good that there's been no drop off in terms of quality coming to Meda, even though it is the league below. It's still to a high standard, and they're doing things the right way.
Indeed. And just a couple of fun questions to throw in randomly as well. Who's your favourite keeper of all time, Alan?
Apart from you, Marky?
Apart from me.
Oh, it's a tough one. There's been a lot. There's been all over the 100 years of my life. Chris Woods was my first love, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I have to say, Manuel Neuer's just incredible. He's number one for me.
Cool. What about yourself, John?
Probably growing up, I watched the Real Madrid quite a lot with Iker Casillas, so probably him for me.
For me, you could probably tell my allegiances for this one. It's Artur Boruc.
Oh, shock.
John's number 2. John's second favourite. Right, just his stature and the way he performed was, I loved it.
So the holy goalie, Iker Casillas.
I'm going for 2. I've got to say Manuel Neuer and Chris Woods. I can't leave Chris Woods.
What about the greatest save of all time that you've either seen live at the game or you've seen live on TV?
Who's going first?
You go first.
You go first.
Think of it.
Mine's is just Google Manuel Neuer saves. Pick one for that. They're just incredible. I mean, I just...
His one at the Emirates was brilliant against Arsenal in the Champions League.
There's so many to be fair. So many good goalkeepers, but I'm just going to say you could pick... I'm going to say Manuel Neuer's any saves because they're all just tremendous.
Justifies physics to me.
He's incredible.
2 that come to mind, Alan McGregor against Slavia Prague in the Europa League. So, I may say we
should have held it.
Shocked at that.
So that one definitely, and then probably Emi Martinez against France in the World Cup final, just because of the moment and that was right up there. So.
For me growing up, it was actually Jerzy Dudek in Champions League final against AC Milan, where he just saved that, blocked that one on the line, and it wasn't like a goalkeeping technique save, it was just a block, but it was so important, and I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, some keepers just have a knack. I remember one of the guys who used to coach me, Adrian, the balls come off the post and the balls kind of came behind him and he's kind of nearly shuffled the ball around the back of himself and chucked it out, and I remember standing behind the goal just going, how has he done that? But that's what goalkeepers do. So if you could delete one goal that you've personally conceded and erase it from the memory banks of everybody, what goal would you erase?
You like to think I'll go first?
I'll start with Saturday's goal because that's the last one I conceded, but I love a clean sheet, especially when you're on top, and I hate conceding goals when you shouldn't. So I think we should be aiming for more clean sheets, so I'll go for Saturdays whilst Gary's do some time to think about it.
What to think of John?
Aye, I know. The one that stands out the most, probably the one in the cup final when we played up at Broadwood in the 20s. Just the second goal they scored. I think there was 3 goals in the game from the 87th minute onwards. So to equalise and then to concede straight away was gutting, and obviously losing the final. So I'd choose the second goal ideally would have go to penalties and shut luck for the in it, but that one.
Don't want this to go on for too long, Alan, so you have to answer that question.
That's good. I'm too old to remember the last time I conceded a goal.
Back to this season then, we've got 8 games to go, and if my math is right, we've also only got 8 training sessions left.
Yeah.
So how do you keep these two guys focused and make sure we see the season out? And
See, to be honest with you, Marky, things like that, and with the biggest of respect, it's not even something that crosses my mind, because the standards, going back to your original, very first question, the standards are set at the start of the season, and they'll no stop until the final whistle of the last game of the season. Nothing's going to change for us in the goalkeeping department. We have our hard work on a Tuesday, and Thursday's a little bit more game related, game orientated, depending on who we're playing, what we're going to deal with on the Saturday, which thanks to Bernie and the boys, we know what we're going to be coming up against. So nothing's changing. Everything will stay exactly the same. It will slightly change, I suppose, with Wednesday games and stuff like that, and we don't get training, but when we're on the training pitch on a Tuesday and a Thursday, everything just remains exactly the same. The standards have to stay, because the second that these two boys think the standards are dropping or they don't need to bother, we're in big trouble. You know, none of us here are good enough to just turn up and produce it on a Saturday. The Tuesday, Thursdays are so important to us at this level.
can you name another keeper for you that have impressed you this season from the opposition we played against?
I thought Ali Semple, Ardrossan. I thought he was good that night, made a couple of good saves. I thought he was commanding, thought he was loud, thought he kicked well. I thought that helped him.
I had a great game.
I thought it helped to get the 3 points. Yeah.
As much as you hated against yourself, I thought his game management was spot on.
Ah,
I love
He played
that.
that clock,
Yeah.
had me running on and all sorts.
Brilliant.
I'll have revenge one day, Abby. How about yourself, John? The New Yorker days up.
The boy that played against when I played against Port Glasgow, he had a good game. I like him. He was a good goalie.
Best player, past or present, you've shared the pitch with, either against or played with?
Played with Davy Anderson at Kilburnie. He was a club legend. He played at Queen's Park as well, but he was phenomenal. He was like Javi, and most players that played with him say that.
He was unbelievable, wasn't he?
He was
Andy Robertson
Aye.
said that, didn't he? Best player.
Probably Scully at Kilburnie. He was unbelievable. Wasn't he?
Aye.
Made an absolute mockery of me in training. So
He could make you look stupid. Scully's a close second, and that's no.
Scully was quality.
Aye.
And
Scully, isn't he?
Aye, brilliant.
probably Paul Payne as well.
Both.
When he was here, I think you could see qualities in his game. That showed you why he played at the level he did. So.
Favourite moment for you individually for the season so far? Be that obviously for your game, for yourself, be it here or be it Yoker?
Probably the Winton game at Yoker, when we put them at the cup. Probably just because it was such a big game. I don't think it was actually my best performance at Yoker, but obviously we were the underdogs and picking them. It was brilliant to be fair.
Can you tell me and Alan what it's like to beat Yoker, to beat
Aye, it felt
we
good.
can-
and Roberto as well?
Aye,
Roberto Coward, he wants to know too.
no, obviously knowing a lot of the boys that played with Winton that day, and
Aye.
a lot of pals that played with them. It was good to put them up. So I'd say that game.
How about yourself, Joe?
St Rock's game. Important result. My first game Tuesday night. Thrown in a wee bit in terms of the timing of it, but getting the clean sheet, get the win, big 3 points. I really enjoyed that one.
Definitely was. How about yourself, Alan? What's been the highlight for you?
St Rock's away. I thought that was just tremendous. The weather, the pitch, everything was against us. It was just from the minute we arrived, it was back to the wall, and really we were up against it, and I thought we just were tremendous that day. Absolutely brilliant. Great. Then we did our Christmas night out.
Yeah.
After it as well. Which was,
Surprised you remember the game.
Lovely. The gym and beers were tremendous that night. So that was a good. That was
Willie Gamble got to meet his hero that night.
Willie Gamble, mate. He's hero. What was that guy's name? Can you know?
I can't, something cheap, light sheep. No, that's the name of the
No, that's the name of the restaurant.
Like some sweet note.
Today, then, obviously, there's 8 games to go, but if the season was over, who would you give your player of the year vote for?
Must admit, I do enjoy playing with Stan. I think he's in that number 6. He's brilliant, especially how important he is for me in terms of the build up as well.
Yeah.
He's been brilliant.
Yourself, John?
For Meda, I'd probably say Stan as well. To be fair, every time I've watched him, he's been tremendous. At Yoker, I'd probably give it to Mark McKillop. I think he's been excellent, like so consistent all year. I said it in the last interview I done as well. He's just so consistent every week. So I give it to Marky.
Yourself?
I'm going to jump on the Stan fan club and just say, Stan's, there's so many talented players at this club, isn't there? Like, it's hard to pick, but for me, just Stan's been, wow, really, really, and a lovely guy as well, really.
And the big games as well, he's always stepped up.
Stan for me.
If we had a bounce game at the weekend and Jamie said you can play in any position you want, and that player's got to play in goal, who are you putting in goal and what position are you taking?
I'm playing up
And
front.
how bad they're going to be in goal.
I'm playing up front and Curra's going to go and goal. I think he's going to be better than me in goal.
Curra's got a 3-year deal.
I think he'd handle it quite well, just with his physicality. And I want to play up front because it's the easiest position to pitch.
Wow. I wouldn't choose centre half, but I would put Mick in goals.
Have you seen the size of you?
No, I know, but I would put Mick in goals. I just think I think he's mad, so he'd probably be decent. Aye.
Right, I think you touched on this earlier. Would you rather keep a clean sheet or be man of the match in a 3-2 win?
Clean sheet all day.
Aye, clean sheet.
Yeah, I'm saying I'd rather win 1-0 than win 10-1. It does my head in when you can see late in the game.
Correct.
In training then, who would you say is the worst finisher in drills?
Worst finisher? John?
Aye, actually is, by the way. Actually is. That time I've been fined for putting the ball in the
Aye.
Oh, you're throwing somebody under the bus here, aren't you?
I'm throwing you under the bus. I'm saying John.
Me as well?
Oh, Logan's poor. Logan's.
Who's the worst finisher? Outfield players.
Outfield
Doing
players.
shooting drills, using in goals, players are shooting and doing set pieces, etc. Who's the worst finisher?
I'm not answering that question. No.
You want to go first?
I'm saving it.
Over to you.
Who's the one guy you go, he's going to sky this one. He'll just smash this into the railings.
That's such a hard question, man. That's not right.
The laughter tells me you know who you want to say, you're just afraid.
I know I'm going to say Andrew Gaffney.
Aye? Oh, I was thinking Gaff.
Because he's my casco. That'll wind him right
Oh
up.
my god, man.
Gaff, that was for you.
Jojo, actually. He actually hits it.
Jojo?
Aye. No, Jojo, definitely. He hits it with an occasional wonder goal, but aye, Jojo.
Opposite, who hits the hardest shots?
Ross McKenzie.
Aye, that's Roscoe, obvious.
Absolute hammer foot.
When he catches it, you can hear it.
Roscoe's ridiculous.
Alan, final minute in the last game of the season is 1-1. Referee blows and points to the spot. It's a penalty for Meda. Jamie Torrison goes, Alan, who am I picking? Jojo or Beardy? Who's putting the ball in the back of the net to win the league?
Oh, to win the league?
Aye, it's 1-1. We need to win.
Can we trust Jojo? I'll say, sorry Beardy, I'm going to say Jojo. Going to say Jojo.
Jojo to win the league. Right, well listen lads, next up it's Lanark. Saturday. Obviously we haven't had the meeting yet with Jamie and Bernie, so we haven't gone through the team plan as what we're going to go to. But what do you know of Lanark before we went to meet the boys?
Well, I played there last year in the Cup with Largs, and it was a tough game. Physical team, quite solid defensively. Goalie had a good game that day, so I know that they'll be right up for it and they'll be physical.
You went
I
with John?
don't really know much about them, to be quite honest. Never played there or played against them, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, well that's Lanark up next. It's a 2 PM kick-off this Saturday at Meadow Park. So listen gents, cheers for your time tonight. All the best for the rest of the season. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, Mark.
We'll catch up again soon.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.